It's only when both the keeper and the kept both lose their fear of each other that you get to see the reptiles act and behave as they actually really are. And if you don't get to that part and to that level, you never get to see them as they really are, not even in a lifetime.
There we go. All right. Now, usually when I carry out an alligator that's like as big as I am, people like clap, cheers, anybody out there, guys? Hey! My name is Chris Gillette. I'm a wildlife biologist, and I specialize in working with top predators like alligators, crocodiles, sharks, and snakes.
I met Chris Gillette about over 10 years ago here at the farm. He took pictures and stuff one day, and since that time, you know, he's came and gone, and we became good friends. And I admire him for a lot of reasons, and one of the most important reasons that I really have a lot of respect for Chris is his intimate knowledge of wildlife behavior and how to get along with wildlife without making them unhappy with him. Because most of the time when people deal with wildlife, what you see at the very best is guarded behavior, especially reptiles. What I mean by that is they're scared, but they're not being defensive yet. And then with many people handling them, you'll see a lot of defensive behavior. But with Chris, though, it reminds me of how I do it, and have always done it with my animals, and that is not to frighten them, not to scare them, always keep them at ease. And the way that his presentations are to the public leads people to appreciate the animals for what they are, not of what they appear to be.
Come here. So alligators can absolutely be trained. A lot of people think that this is some stupid reptile, and you'll hear it all the time. Oh, he's got a little tiny brain and they can't think on their own and they're purely instinctual. And anyone saying that obviously has spent zero time with these animals and knows nothing about them. I will show you in 10 minutes that this is an animal that is an intelligent, thinking creature that makes its own decisions based off of its experiences and learns things very quickly. So like the come here is like a soft command, you know, and he'll like mosey. And then when I say his name, that's a hard command, and he's, you know, come here, buddy. Come here. Okay, cruise over. Come here, dude. I always like the hand hold too. It's like, just chilling with my boy.
People for years have thought that reptiles are dumb, stupid animals, when actually nothing could be further from the truth. They're pretty intelligent, and actually crocodilians are probably as intelligent as pretty much any bird.
So swimming with alligators is just incredible. When you see them on land and how they're often portrayed in TV, media, things like that, it's always as this big, dumb, lumbering reptile that is not very well in control of his faculties and just kind of like slopping around, right? When you see them in the water, I mean, they are so agile and just so in control of their surroundings. It's incredible. The agility, the grace. I mean, would you ever think of calling an alligator graceful? Most people would say no, because they've seen them on land and that blah, 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 you know. When you see them in the water, they're incredibly graceful. It's really beautiful to see. So when I'm working with captive animals, that's one thing, but I also go out in the wild and photograph wild alligators, and that is very sketchy. I've never had a problem with the alligator that I see. They will get the drop on you. I mean, that's what they do. They've evolved for 240 million years to ambush things. They're really good at it.
I think that Chris is good at what he does because he's usually paying attention to things that most people may not notice. And he's constantly kind of like building a mental database about the critters that he's interested in, and he's constantly like taking that knowledge in and then applying it the next time he goes out.
So when I'm in low visibility water, it's just all of my senses are heightened. I'm just hyper aware, and I feel my eyes straining to be able to discern shapes in the darkness. And when you're moving through that water and it's just all silt particles and darkness and you can't see anything, I mean, you're trying so hard to see what is there. Usually the first thing I see when I do find an alligator, I see the white of the teeth or the white around the eye, because the way they evolved, I mean, they blend into this environment so well. A lot of times you can't even see the body. So I love working with dangerous wildlife for a couple of reasons. For one, it is the idea that I'm proving to myself that I'm on the top of my game, and that I'm working with an animal that if I do something wrong can literally kill me. Like, he knows that he's not supposed to get me. As ridiculous as that sounds, but you know what I mean? Like, he does know he's not supposed to get me, he's supposed to get the food. But he will try to get you if he thinks that he can't. So the key to interacting with any kind of animal, whether it's sharks, snakes, gators, crocs, your own dog, the key is trying to think like the animal thinks. Understand, how is this animal perceiving its environment? What things would make this animal become fearful or become aggressive? And just really becoming an animal behaviorist, understanding the psychology of why does he do what he's doing, and how can I figure that out? And then how can I use that information towards whatever goal I'm trying to make? This isn't a game, you know. It's to a lot of people, a lot of what they do in their regular life, it is a game. If you lose the game, oh, guess what, you get to try over. That's not the case here. You better know what you're doing, and you had better understand the situation, because if you mess up, it may be the last mistake you ever make. And I don't mean that to sound dramatic, but I mean that is the reality of working with these animals.
So I've never worked so closely with someone who's able to do what Chris does. It's a very small group of people that actually possess these skills, and Chris is up there, the best of the best.
He's being a little bit feisty. Right now, most of the show is a lot of jokes, so I can laugh. This is one part that is very dangerous, though, so before I do it, I need some motivation. You guys are enjoying the show, right? Yeah! All right. There we go, very careful. That's enough of that, huh? Thank you very much. Guys, take it to our alligator. Give this guy the applause. He did a very good job. Now, as you see, he gets up, walks away, doesn't turn around and come after me, and he's going to lay down and take a nap in probably about 3, 2, 1, down.